Welcome to the tutorial where we take a look on how we can verify a W3C verifiable credential via OID4VP version 1. For it, we will be using the open source walt.id Verifier 2 API, as well as the walt.id Wallet 2 API for the wallet. Now, in order to get the services up and started, we first need to clone the walt.id identity repository, which is our open source repository, onto our local machine. This repository offers a Docker Compose with which we can bring up all of the services in one go. Now, I have already cloned it onto my local environment and have cd'd into my Docker Compose folder. Now, in this folder, I can simply run Docker Compose up to bring up all of the different services, including the Verifier 2 API as well as Wallet 2 API. Now, in order to request a credential from a wallet, we first, of course, need a credential in our wallet. I already created a wallet previously and issued an Open Badge W3C Verifiable Credential into it. So when we go quickly here to the Wallet API, which is now running on localhost 7006, and I provide here the wallet ID, we can see that I have one credential in it, which is a W3C Verifiable Credential. And we can also take a detailed look at it by going here to this specific endpoint, providing the ID and the ID of the wallet. And we can see here that this is indeed an Open Badge Credential. And so as a next step, we will go to the verifier. So we have our wallet, we have everything up and running. We don't need this step right here because we have a local Docker Compose setup where all the different services can talk to each other. And so we can now do the verification request. Now I will copy this body right here. I will go to the running verifier service, which is running on localhost 7004. And I go here to this verification session create endpoint and provide the body. Now, the body here specifies, first of all, the flow type, which is cross-device. So this could be rendered out then as a QR code, which the wallet could scan. Here in the core flow, we specify the DCQL query, which is the query language used in OpenID4VP to specify what type of credential a verifier requests from a wallet. And here we specify an ID, which is custom. We specify the format, which is W3C Verifiable Credential in the short signature format. And we say also the credential which we want to request, which in this instance is an Open Badge Credential. Now, to create this DCQL query, you can also use our DCQL builder, which is a simple UI to simply create and request credentials. So building these DCQL queries. So you can here select different types of formats, provide here the type value, like in our instance, you would provide Open Badge. And then we can simply use that and copy it out and provide it then in the verifier right here. Next to this, you can also provide various types of policies. These are policies which are applied as soon as the credential comes from the wallet to the verifier. The verifier applies all of these different policies. The default policy is the signature policy, so we could also take this out and then the signature policy still would be applied. And in the docs, you find also here under policies, all our available policies. So there are different types for expiration, for not before, for schema. So there are various different types. Here's also our signature policies to check different things about a credential. We will go ahead here with our setup and execute this. And what we will get back is our authorization URL. Now this authorization URL can be rendered out as a QR code, so a wallet could scan it, or it could be behind a link, so it's then a direct link, or it could even be used with the Digital Credentials API in browsers like Chrome. In our instance, we don't do the formatting into our QR code and then a wallet scanning it. We simply use it here directly with then the wallet API to present or fulfill this authorization request. And so when we go back to our wallet, we know that we have a credential that matches in it. And we go to the credentials present endpoint. We provide here in the body simply our authorization request. I provide the wallet ID. I execute. And we get back that it has been submitted. We don't know yet what the outcome is. But when we go now back to the verifier, And we need to copy here the session ID. So I copy this session ID. And then when we go up here to the verification session info endpoint and I provide the session, we see here that the status is successful. So everything passed, all the different policies passed. The wallet presented an open badge credential as we requested. And we can also view then right here somewhere the data of the credential itself. Now, in our documentation, you will find more information around how you can customize the specific credential request, as we just did one type of version, like for example, using various different policies or using the Digital Credentials API. You can find all of that information in our documentation. You will also find in the description a direct link to this written tutorial, so you can check it out directly. If you enjoy our tools, please leave us a star on GitHub. And with that, happy building and see you next time.